So I'm assuming this kind of conversation between Hoxic and Aramon is going the entire way as you're trekking, because eventually, everyone else is just going to keep going and start moving west, especially with Eric just trying to get there as fast as he can. Um, what do you think your marching order would be? Who would be leading the charge on this path?
I think I would.
That would make sense.
I'll go behind.
We can toss out our marching order right here. Just we can do it to the side of the map here. Who would like to be leading the mules? Which we'll represent with a single mule for now.
Somebody actually knows how to handle animals.
Let's take a look. Is that actually a...
No, animal
Oh,
handling.
yeah, I'll go ahead and do it.
So animal handling is a specific skill. Animal husbandry is the general one that we all get. So it's easier to get animals to fuck one another than it is to do what they tell them to.
I know how to ride a horse.
Doop-a-doop.
Should be Hoxic. You have some skill with animals.
Yeah, I have husbandry. That's about it. That should be enough to lead them on a road.
Anyone can lead them. That's fine. But to kind of like to calm them or get them to do exactly what you want in more dangerous situations, well, that'll be harder to do. And Reither is this Dwayne the Rock Johnson looking fellow. Is this the general walking order? Aramon in the I guess we'll go.
So I just dropped myself out in the map. I didn't actually put myself in any order.
We'll say, since you all love going east, we'll say you're heading east.
I'll just put myself in the middle there.
Let me just drag my token all the way down to bet record. Where I am. That's my order.
Over 200 feet away. All right, so it looks, and then Orbital would be in the front, with the mule here by Hoxic. So this is about your general walking order, and you're proceeding west in the actual direction of travel. You're mainly traveling through the woods, and you're starting to gain more and more elevation rather quickly. The foothills of the Bith Mountains are rather. I mean, they go steep rather quickly. So it's good that you found a river channel to kind of follow, river valley to follow up. And it's while you're proceeding down one of these river valley trails into the mountains that I need everyone to make opposed observation checks. Number to beat is 107.
Oh, 78.
I did it.
So you're proceeding along this mountain trail, and Orbital, maybe you're just a little bit up front, and you're kind of scouting out a little bit and trying to look for the best path. And if it splits up, you're just doing your due diligence as a ranger. When you're looking up at the next branch ahead, and you notice some movement above you, kind of in the rocks overlooking the path you're taking, and it's at that point that you realize you're being ambushed. You notice small creatures that are with a grayish brown skin, with what looks like some leather assortment. Some have leather armor, some have just loincloths, and they're all, some you see, looks like two of them have bows, and it looks like they're getting ready to ambush you.
Oh boy, time to raise the shield.
So if I could have everyone roll initiative.
Goblins.
Should probably do it once we get onto like an actual battle.
Can
map
I
here.
tell what they are?
Oh
The
yeah, you'll
monster
have to
lore
roll
check?
initiative on this map.
And what die size are we rolling?
You are all rolling d12s except for Orbital, who has a d10.
Where are we going
There we
west? Where are we going west?
Because it's flipped. He's just using east for west. You know, like day for
Yeah.
night.
Yes.
It's okay. We'll continue to be confusing the entire time.
It's not
by the way-
confusing at all.
How many days have passed? Because we need to also heal us as well.
True.
This is the same day.
But yeah, no, can I tell what they are?
Oh. There we go.
Here,
Well, that
I
was
flipped
easy.
it. Now
Okay.
everyone's upside down.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
I've asked the same question 3 times, and I can't even tell from your face if you can hear me.
Because I have not looked at your roll yet, because I'm trying to set up this
No,
battlefield.
I figured that, but I was looking for a yes or no.
I have no idea what your roll was.
13.
No,
But it was
43 out of 21.
Yeah, but it was an opposed roll, so. Oh, you're making that. Oh,
No, I made the skill check well before initiative was asked for. So that's why I was asking way back when. 5 minutes ago, but I'm really exaggerating how long ago it was. 7 days ago when I asked you. Look, I'm also filling dead air.
Oh, I need to pull up the. So
yeah.
It looks like we've got Hoxic has rolled initiative, Aramon has rolled initiative, Elka has rolled initiative. Since Eric is not here, we're just going to put him in charge of the mules for now, actually. That makes the most sense. It frees up the rest of you. They have not rolled initiative. It looks like I need Reichther to roll initiative.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
I need Orbital to roll initiative.
What are we rolling? D4?
You're rolling a D10. If you have improved initiative, that'll improve it one more.
Okay.
And Aramon, you have no idea what these creatures could be.
God, that monster lore skill is just shit.
So you rolling it will it tells me that you're going to roll it, but the monster lore rolls are actually in secret because if you fail by a certain amount, you're going to get misinformation.
Right, but I meant it wasn't clearly it wasn't a standard check because I think I was within standard amount. So just means that it's a difficult skill a lot of the time, and I don't think any of us has ever had a really high monster lore skill.
Yeah, mechanically, you have to roll under your skill. So you have a 21% chance of recognizing a monster for what it is. And if you fail by...
We're being attacked by Sturges.
They're Sturges.
I can tell by the G, however.
Yeah,
and they're rolling initiative.
They're G Sturges. They're all
that as
with
a
a
dwarf,
nickname.
I ought to add +2 to my attack for this encounter.
Yes.
With the nickname Goblin. They're all pets.
You would actually probably recognize them, Hoxic, because you are a dwarf, as goblins, but because you don't have monster lore, you wouldn't know anything specific about their actual nature. And goblins are common enough that you might have even heard of them, Aramon. You've just never seen them in the flesh.
Would I know what they are because I'm a half hobgoblin?
You'd probably recognize your lineage enough to guess that they'd be goblins.
Well, I mean, you're better than they are, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't mean that because of the half part. I mean, from your hobgoblin side, you're better than a goblin. It's literally.
I am better in every single way, and probably better at dying too because they ambushed us. Yeah, and they go first.
Yep. So they're going to go first. So just so everyone knows how ambushes work. So if Orbital if Orbital had failed his check, they would have all gone on initiative 1, or at least all the ones that were coordinated would have gone on initiative 1. But because Orbital beat their sneaking roll, essentially he spoiled their surprise round, and instead they still roll d4s because they're waiting in ambush, but they don't get to go automatically at initiative 1. So that's the kind of advantage. You've kind of stolen their immediate initiative from them. And so on second one, everyone will plod forward at a walking speed as everyone's still unaware of what's going on. And on second 2, Reichther's aware of combat.
Yeah,
He's the first one to actually see them make their way down the mountainside.
yeah. I guess if I'm control of Reither,
Yeah.
then yeah, he'll draw his battle axe, which is a second, and then he'll call for battle, so that
Okay.
everybody else.
So reduce your initiative by everyone can reduce their initiative by 2 as Reichther calls out, "Goblins!"
Still puts me at the tail end of 4, I think, which is unfortunate.
And that moves us up to second 3, which is Reichther. He's got his battle axe out, his dagger too, if he'd like that.
I'm not so confident with double-handing weapons. I don't know the rules that well, so I'm just gonna stick to what I know right now, which is instead of falling into the trap of learning rules as you go.
Yeah, so if you do the battle axe in one hand and dagger in the other, it works just like normal because you're just defending with the dagger. It's just a point where you start attacking with both of them that you delve into different rules. So I currently have him set up
Right, but the
to
battle
deal with
axe and
that.
dagger is the same defense, it's just the battle axe. There's literally no reason for me. And I'm not going to try and attack with one and the other. I'm just wielding the battle
Yeah,
axe two-handed. So,
perfect.
oh, is this right, the measure?
Yeah, this measure should be the
How far do you move in
map should
one
be right.
movement again?
5 feet at a walk, 10 feet at a jog.
Okay, so, wow. Okay. It just feels so small.
We move on to second 4, which is Reichther again, charging up into this big Fioki man charging up into the off the trail. The goblins see that you hear them throw up a hue and cry as well as they start charging down the mountain. Although charge is a little generous for them. You see up kind of in the rocks around you, 2 of them have bows and they're starting to put arrows uh, or at least draw back those arrows to fire. Their
All
hue and
right.
cry will alert several of them as well. And in general, the goblins just move forward to ambush. Hoxic, what are you going to do? You're also on second 4.
I'm gonna start equipping my shield and moving forward. Dwarven movement speed. How can I move? How far can I move from stationary? 2.5 feet.
A jog would be 5 feet.
Jog will be 5 feet.
So you don't have
Cool.
the
And then
problem
next
of
turn I start
halflings.
accelerating. How long do shields take again? A D4?
A D4 plus 1 with an exclamation P. The D4 does penetrate.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and roll it. 1D4 exclamation mark P plus 1. 4. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna mark that down. 3 more rounds.
All right. So then delay. You can just hit delay 3 then, or you can just hit done if you're going to move every second.
I definitely am.
Okay. So you start pulling out your shield and strapping it on as you're moving in Reichther's in the same direction that he's going.
No, say it. In his shadow.
In his
You move
shadow.
in Reiter's shadow.
As you
Good. He
move
can
in
be my meat
Reichther's
shield.
shadow.
While
And
you struggle to get your actual shield on.
Reichther and Hoxic, since you two are leading the charge.
Yep. 10 feet up and 1 shield turned down. There we go.
Meanwhile, Orbital and Elka and Aramon are just pleasantly walking along, enjoying this trail. It's nice.
The difference in the amount of time it takes between one person shouting, "Hey, to battle!" and everyone else to catch up on the initiative order has to be a lot of just da 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 da. Wait, what did he say? Da da
Wait,
da da.
wait.
Da.
And the thing is, I made my roll. I saw them first, but I still somehow, because of initiative rules,
Yeah, it's a lot of wait, what?
No!
Just keep doing what for 11 to 12 seconds.
What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, your thought process is as slow as Aramon's talking.
I assume there's some of it like you were just like leaning down and looking at the ground to survey tracks, and you're looking up and you're like, no, who changed my mouse sensitivity?
I mean, conversely, you could just have a really good sense of people, Orbital. Maybe these are good people. I refuse to believe that this is an ambush.
Ambush!
This couldn't happen to me. I've made my mistakes.
Hoxic and Reichther.
All right, I'm gonna keep moving up.
How tall is this ridge?
Boop, accelerated.
That would be about 15 feet up.
What would it take to get up there?
Probably a climbing check of some kind.
Let's just see what you're climbing at. Yeah, I'll try it. Because it doesn't
All right.
finish my movement, so I move and I climb.
So you move up to the wall and you begin starting to climb up try to climb up the wall. All
I'm
right.
dead. I've died. Good game.
So he's climbing up this 15-foot wall, and it'll probably take him just 1 second to reach that halfway point, and he is stuck. I mean, with the height of that wall, he probably hasn't really even gotten off the ground at this point.
Well, I mean,
He
it's
might even
only
just be
twice as tall as I am, basically.
yeah. So Vrykes are on second 7.
Try again.
You could always try again.
There we go.
So
Oh,
he
wait,
begins
that's
clambering
mine.
up.
Hold on. What's
Oh.
Reithers?
No, it says Vrykes
Oh,
makes a
okay.
skill
Sorry,
check. Yeah.
my name was there. I'm not
Yeah.
like Griff. I'm not used to playing all these side people.
So Vryther starts trying to climb up this wall. It's going to take him 2 seconds to climb up the wall.
All right.
All right.
Shield will be up this turn. I don't suppose I could also get the weapon out on the same turn, or will it just be the next one?
It'd be on or what size weapon is it?
Oh, it's just a hand axe, so I believe that's small.
The small, it could be out this turn.
All right, cool. So it is also out. I now have my weapon and my shield.
All right.
And I'm charging. So
the two of them look like they're charging at you as well. Ah!
what kind of weapons they got?
Looks like the both of them have short swords.
Okay, cool. I think I probably have more reach than they do then.
This goblin archer up here, you see him draw a sword as well as Reichther starts clambering up the wall. We'll start with we got Hoxic and these two goblins here. I assume you're going to meet the two of them in the middle. So you want to just move up. And what is the reach on your hand axe?
1.5. They are already in my reach.
Well, that's threatening. So you want to be within the green range.
Oh,
to
right.
hit
So I
them.
have to be up to like here. So
Yeah. I moved them only half as
Mhm.
far because you're also moving towards them.
yeah.
You do have reach because you have that hand axe. You just have a little bit more reach than their short swords.
Mhm.
So Is it? Now, are you taking in the penalty because you're a dwarf as well to your reach?
Yes. It says it's 1.5. I assume that's actually probably shorter than normal.
No, so normally it's 1.5 feet. So for you, it would just be a half foot.
Okay, so it is at 0.5.
Yes, which means that their short swords, which usually have a reach of 2, drop down to a foot, drop down to 1 because they also have short, stubby arms, and so their short swords, they'll actually be able to attack first.
Yeah, I'm just double checking to make sure real quick. Yep, yeah. So 1.5 down to 0.5.
So they both swing first, but you have your shield to block here. So the first one, which is lovely Gabo 1, gets a 10 to hit.
All right, first defense roll. I even got a dog for good luck now. So let's
And you have a medium shield, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, you easily dodge you duck under the first short sword swing, and the second one gets a 21.
Ooh, that's gonna be harder.
Come on, roll a 10 for symmetry.
21 as
Woo!
well.
And ties go to the defender.
Yeah.
So he has hit your shield for 0 points of damage. So you
I
charge up,
regained 9 hit points.
yeah. You charge up, you block us, you knock aside both their weapons with your shield. And which one would you like to attack? The one on the top or the bottom?
Let's go with the one on the top.
All right, swing away.
Take it to the top.
As an 11.
And is that with your +2 against goblins?
That is.
Perfect. His defense is also an 11. Do you have anything? Do you have one-upsmanship as a talent?
Oh, I have luck.
Luck only works on the defense for
Ah,
combat.
dang. That's unfortunate. Then,
Yeah.
no, I don't have anything, unfortunately.
Yeah,
How
not that
high
lucky.
is your honor? If your honor is high
My
enough,
honor's
you
at
could have
like 8 right now.
Ah,
Wasn't very honorable to begin with. Oh, yeah, that means I don't have the free +1 either, do I?
that's what I was going to ask for. So,
Unfortunate.
so
Well,
you block aside both their weapons and swipe, but it misses.
so that is our initial clash, and now I will delay based on speed. Delay 8. Submit. There we go.
I think you both have both of you have the same weapon speed, so it's going to be a fairly that'll happen. You'll just swing every 8 seconds there. Orbital on
Mhm.
second 8, you see this ambush happening. You hear the yell. You hear the yell about it, and there's a goblin in your face. What are you going to do? He's charging you.
I mean, I had my buckler and club. That's why I won an 8. I was like, I smashed with like ambush, and everybody scattered. I was like, oh, okay. You know, and he goes first, I think, because his short sword beats my club.
His short sword would normally beat your club, but he is a goblin, so he's got these short little arms. So he only has a reach of 1 foot. And what is the reach on your club? I think it's
For some reason I close my character sheet. My reach on my club is
it's right next to the attack modifier that's calculated.
attack 2.5.
Yep. So you easily outreach this this goblin. So swing away. You have a -4. Do you remember what that -4 is from in your?
Fighting defensively, yeah.
Oh, are you still fighting defensively?
No, I'm not.
All right. So yeah, make sure to get rid of that. So you actually got uh, a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah.
And you got and he got an 8, so your hit your swing strikes true. 5 points of damage. Most of that is absorbed into into his DR, but you do whack him pretty solidly as he charges in. But he still gets a swing as well with a roll of a 6. With a 14, he smashes again. You easily catch it on your buckler for 3 points of damage, which is easily absorbed between your buckler and your
Armor. Yeah.
your armor. So then the goblin will delay.
I will delay as well.
And here, let me. Now you should be able to delay without it giving you an error.
Mhm.
That'll be 9 seconds until you can swing again with your club.
Mhm.
This goblin archer here, Reichther is climbing up the rock wall in front of him. The goblin is going to try to swing down and stab him as he's climbing to try to stop him from getting up to him. Reichther's at quite the disadvantage while climbing. I'm going to have him roll a D8. The goblin stabs him as he's climbing.
Well,
For
good to
18
know you, Ryther.
points of
Good to know you.
damage. Lord, that's 18 points of damage from a short sword. As he looks like he had three exploding dice on that attack.
Might guess that's a little over top.
Total party kill incoming.
Is he up?
Oh yeah, no, because he has a DR of 2 and a wound threshold of 17, so that brings him to a 1.
Oh, great start to this fight. Roll a threshold of pain save. So you've got a pretty low con on Vryther. So you have to roll a d20 and try to roll under a 2. So he's down. So Reither charges up, ambush. He jumps up this rock face and begins scaling it, and he's about to the top, and this goblin stabs him in the neck, and he plummets down and falls on the ground. And he's going to be out for 25 seconds.
Oh, you changed turns the moment I hit the delay button.
Now you can hit delay. So we move on to second 10, and you can hear the clash of weapons, and Elka takes another step forward. Eric has probably stopped by now, and calm down, mules. He's, having a stubborn off with the 2 mules, and we go to Aramon at second 11.
I begin the deathly visage.
All right. Is there a language restriction on that?
Don't think so. I think it just has to be visible. Sorry, trying to find my. There we go. Book number first. Sorry, I haven't refreshed my stuff in a while. Let's see. I was made in morale by invoking a frightening visage that preys upon mortal creatures. Fear of death. Oh, fear. Don't see anything about them having to understand the language.
No, yeah, that so it works. So your first one activates.
Well, I have to make a
And
intimidation
oh,
check.
right. You do have to make a. This is a difficult intimidation check to convince them that you've come to claim their souls. Easily under your intimidation score of 95. So what does this deathly visage look like to these goblins?
I walk in such a weird fashion that it looks like from the edge of my robes and everything that I'm hovering. In that weird way that the robes flow underneath my feet. And I'm just like pale, skeletal, almost finger, because I'm so tall and yet skinny that I'm just hovering towards them, outstretched, bony finger pointed. Because all they
All
have to
right.
do is believe that the Avatar of Death has come for them.
So anyone within 50 feet is affected by this.
Yep. Which, now knowing the scale of the map,
So one of them, two of them actually are afraid. So can you roll a d20 and add your morale modifier? Actually, no, Orbital. Can you roll a d20 and add your morale modifier?
oh, come on. I'm the guy with 17 charisma.
Penetrating?
If it does roll a natural 20, then we'll have to deal with that separately.
No, it's just an 11.
So, Armon, you've done that big scary thing, and that'll take 1 second, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So then hit done, and on second 12, the goblin in front of you, Orbital, you see him, he's fighting with you and trying to hit you, and you're blocking him off, and you're exchanging blows, and you see him kind of pause for a second and look past you for a moment, and then turn and run.
I
What would
say,
you like to do?
I'm going to go for this guy. I'm going to let him run. Say, that's right. Death comes right behind you. And I'd run. I'd start moving in the direction of this archer right here.
Okay. Elka.
First a walk.
The goblin's trying to run, and you're like keeping pace with it. And
Oh, wait, what about the other one?
This one?
Yeah.
Let's see.
But there's a buckler +1. Yeah, I'll take the buckler +1. But not right now. That's something that.
He does not have to make a morale check yet.
I was
Yeah,
afraid.
he does not have to make a morale check.
Because he hasn't been pressed yet.
Actually, let me count the numbers.
I also moved on my turn, and I'm moving now. That's a different second as well.
Yeah. Yep. Elka, what would you like to do?
I would like to ready my shield and my morning star.
Right, so that will take, to ready the both of them, it'll be 1d4 exclamation P +2. So it'll take 1d4 plus 2 seconds to ready the both of the weapons. All right, so 4 seconds. So delay 4 seconds. You can still be moving during that time if you'd like to, but it'll take 4 seconds, and you'll have both your mace and your shield out. This goblin will actually have to make the check because they're outnumbered they don't outnumber you all 2-1. So Aramon, since you're the one that initiated that check, can you roll a morale modifier?
Wait, is he
Roll a
ranged?
d20. What?
He's out of range, isn't he?
No, it's the one up to the north, the one that fought Vreikther.
Oh. What? Okay. Great.
Yeah, that goblin is running as well. And since no one's really going to be able to reach him, don't think. Actually,
Vreikther's not one to give up, right? He might be unconscious, but he's still fighting. God damn it, he's climbing.
this archer, however, is going to this goblin right here, this archer here was drawing a bead on you, Orbital, and so he's going to fire. We're at a range of 40 feet. So I think that puts him perfectly in range with no penalty for his short bow. So can I have you roll a d20? You just have to beat a 7. or tie at 7, actually.
Oh,
Ever lucky.
So you do have a buckler, however, and I believe a buckler, if you roll a natural 20, you can catch it on your buckler. Yep, it's a natural 20.
nope.
That one
The
would be the
number,
7, but
yeah.
as you turned away from that goblin and towards the archer on top of the rise, and he takes a bead and fires and does a total of 6 points of damage to you
Yeah.
as he draws another arrow.
6 points of damage, you say?
It's gonna be another
Yes.
6 days of healing it.
And remember to take your damage reduction from that.
Oh, so it's leather armor, so it's only 5 points of damage, I believe.
I think leather armor's 2, isn't it?
Uh,
Leather armor's 2, yeah.
No, so okay.
Another
So
4 days of healing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm rolling D3s on you now. Could almost get this done in a day.
well, if I don't take any more damage.
Well, then
And on
don't.
second 12, this goblin is running for the hills, running down the path.
Okay, now in this second I move faster, right? So I can
Yes,
move
you can move up into a jog and move 15 feet.
so another square. Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that dodge save. On second 14, this goblin is just running. Since no one's going after this goblin, he's just going to be able to make it off the map. Elka, you can still move during this phase while you're prepping your shield. So you can move. What do you roll? 4 seconds. You could move 40 feet if you'd like. Over for the time that you had been putting on your shield. Like Armon.
Yeah, I do phase 2 of Deathly Visage. Because it took 3 seconds to get to the next part.
Yeah.
So, intimidation. Alright, I've lowered them by another tenacity level. Or morale level. Don't know which goblins to use.
Yep. So then hit done.
Hold on, I don't remember. Is it 30 seconds now?
Hawksick, can you roll a d20 and add your morale modifier?
Okie doke. My morale modifier is -3. So I'm going to hit the button, and that'll be a 16.
Well, that's all right. They got a -2
They got
and a -7.
Wonderful.
So on second 15, not 16. On 15, these two both bolt and turn and run from you.
A rearward strike.
All right. So that means you're going to stand and try to stab one of them. Since they both ran, you're not going to be able to get an attack on both of them. You'll just have to choose one of them, essentially.
Okay, I haven't done anything to either of them, so I'll choose the top one.
All right.
Let's do it.
They are fleeing, and so that's a hit.
Ooh,
Now,
very
before you roll
nice.
damage, when you do rearward strike, when you do the fleeing opponent, you do get to make a backstab. And this is one of the times where you can use a backstab with a weapon you wouldn't normally use.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. What did
if you want to add
backstab
that
get
greater
to?
than, it would be greater than 3 and greater than 5 for the D6.
Let's see if I can get it right.
Yeah, that looks right.
Right,
So
so damage.
11
11.
points of damage. So the goblin tries
And
to
I
run,
believe
and
it should penetrate their armor by 1 as well.
that's correct. And that goblin is incapacitated.
Wonderful.
So for a good amount of time too. That would happen on second 15. So that'd be. So that goblin tries to run, and you catch him in the back of the leg, and he falls to the ground.
Don't you ignore me.
And we get to second 16. Elka.
All right. So that goblin ran off.
That goblin is trying to run off, yes.
Okay. Can I attack it now?
You have to make sure you have to wait until you're within their green range.
Okay.
But you can start speeding up. You could go 15 feet instead of 10.
There.
All right, then make sure to hit done. Hawksick on second 16. What would you like to do?
I'd love to move up on this guy and engage him.
All right, he is running. He is still moving at this point, so he is also staying active. Like he was running, so he's still running on this turn.
Okay, and I will attack him. I am attacking his back, which only means the
Well, since he was
armor
running last
penetration, not
second,
backstab. So yeah.
since he was running last second, like he's still kept distance from you, is what I mean. So you wouldn't be able to engage him. If that makes sense, because you're moving
Oh,
simultaneously.
right. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in the phase where he can just kind of keep running forever, so I'm not going to get much of anywhere. I'll change my mind a little bit. I'll just move up to this guy and start coup de growing him.
All right, how long does that take you?
Good question. I think. Oh, I can dispatch him in 5 seconds. So I'm going to delay 5.
5 seconds.
There we go.
This goblin, I've moved him as he runs. This goblin here is moving up to try to aid, and this goblin archer here is he realizes his next arrow is not going to be ready in time for you, Orbital, and so he's actually he backtracks a little bit.
He's
And
not a threatened range, by the way.
He what?
He wasn't in my threatened range. So if that counts for anything.
Yeah. So he's drawing his dagger to try to fight you, but he's also giving ground to try to back away. Maybe get some assistance from this other goblin. So second 17, this goblin is falling back towards his other comrade who's moving up to try to aid. And this goblin here is falling. The goblin that was next to you, Hawksick, you see him hoofing it for the hills. Elka, the goblin in front of you, is trying to get away. He's running as fast as his little goblin legs can take him. But you have longer legs. You can move. You can either move it. You can move at a run and still attack him. So you could move 15 feet if you'd like. You're in range to hit.
Attack roll.
All right. So you swing as it's back, and you hit. Roll damage.
Ooh.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slenish war cry. Ah!
So you charge after this goblin. He's trying to get away, and you bludgeon him on top of the shoulders, and he crumples into a pile. He isn't dead, but he is threshold of pained. What would you like to do, Elka?
So there's 2 archers up there.
Yeah.
All right. Can I like put my shield up to deflect if they fire at me?
You notice none of them have bows ready. They both look like they're trying to fight Orbital.
Okay. I'm gonna attack this guy again, or what? Can I?
Well, if you'd like to.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can.
He's threshold of pained,
Which means I can attack him.
which it means you can either wait 10 seconds and coup de grace him and just kill him, or you can attack at half your weapon speed and just make attacks against him.
All right, I'll coup de grace him.
All right. So you already attacked on this second. So that's because that's when you knocked him down. So that's 1 second. And then coup de grace him will take 10 seconds. So delay 11 seconds as you put him out of his mystery. Orbital. You see these goblins are trying to band together to fight you.
I attacked another one.
All right. Make an attack. You've
Okay.
got the reach on his short sword. And he's got a defense roll of a 10. which unfortunately will block your 4. But he still has a chance to swing at you, so he lunges to stab with a 14.
Defense. Got a 23.
All right. He gets a... Oh, yep. He gets a 14. You got a 23, so he hits your buckler for 4 points of damage, which is absorbed into the buckler. Does nothing.
So I delay.
All right, so then delay your weapon speed.
9.
This goblin is fleeing off the map. Since Hawksick, you're dealing with that scene, and he's going to charge up. This goblin here is going to step up and attack you as well, Orble. With a natural 20. For a total of 25 to hit.
Okay. There's nothing I can do about that, I guess.
I mean,
Well,
it's always possible that you could also crit.
You could also crit, and if you get a defense roll that's higher than his roll, you actually will stop his critical, but he will still hit.
Nope.
Or the
make
worst
sure to
of all
roll-
scenarios.
You rolled
Damage.
damage, not defense.
Oh. So often that we get somebody crits and then somebody else crit fails.
It happens. Is there anything you'd like to do here? You don't have any luck, so I guess it's just honor. Are you? Looks like you're
Yeah, no. I'm going to take the
All right.
hit.
taking the hit. So the damage it does is 6 points. However, it's still a critical. He is a smaller creature, so the critical is likely to be lower. And he's got a short sword. So he hits you on the top of the shoulder, which seems to be the only ever spot. I swear, on these critical charts, I always roll top of the shoulder.
Sometimes you get a hand or back.
That's true. Against you, I get only hands or back.
Specifically with goblins.
Yep. So it does an extra 2d6 damage dice, and these are d6s, so it's a little dangerous. So a total of 14 damage from this goblin.
So 10 points.
Yes.
I'm about to go down.
Well,
Not
it gets
yet.
worse than that, it looks like.
Yeah, I also dropped my shield.
And club.
Well, yep. You drop both your weapons. Are you Threshold of Pained?
I believe I am.
All right. So that means you need to roll a d20 and try, or you don't have the talent Tough as Nails.
Not yet, no.
I'm also going to choose to move on this second, where I wasn't
So
before.
you're going to roll a d20, and you're trying to roll under a 4.
So
Mm,
close.
5. So you just barely failed. So this you get stabbed in the shoulder, and you cry out in pain, and you drop your weapons. You will fall to the ground for 5 seconds from this, as it knocks him all the way out to go get lunch, I assume.
I have a question.
Yes.
I was channeling my Deathly Visage for another 30 seconds. I can just stop that, right?
Yeah.
Where does that put me initiative order, turn order wise? Do I just push myself back to second 19 or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll push you back to second 19. And so, Aramon, you stop channeling your deadly visage. You see these two goblins fight Orble, and one of them stab him in the shoulder, and he drop. You see both of the goblins look around and actually turn and run.
These two do?
These two, yes.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I go up to Orbital and I cast a spell.
All right, so you're You're going up. You're moving up to cast that spell. What's the casting time on?
I know I had to bring that up. I swear I had it in there.
I think it's going to be in the range of 2 to 3 seconds.
5 seconds.
So
No, that's fatigue. Trauma is 3 seconds.
Trauma's 3 seconds. All right. So that'll take 3 seconds, and that will immediately stop you from being threshold of pained, Orbital.
Mhm.
And essentially, the goblins that can escape have escaped, or are at least running off into the mountains. What are the rest of you doing? Elka and Hoxic, you finish off those 2 goblins, putting them out of their misery. What are you all doing?
If combat is effectively over,
Yeah, combat's
then I'll
effectively
cast
over.
another spell as well. So you heal two wounds off of one of your things there, Orbital.
The moment.
Very nice.
Assumedly the worst one.
Oxic will probably look over, see that you two are basically okay. Orbal's standing up, and he'll go ahead and loot his goblin.
So you look around. You see, look, he's got a small pack on his side. Inside of it is a copper and a trade coin, and a small hunk of what appears to be unrefined copper. And you'd recognize that as a dwarf, with the mining skill. You recognize it as something you've just taken out of the.
Quick question.
Yeah.
If I heal, does that also drop the days I need to recover, or those are still the same?
It also drops the days to heal as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the wound number equals the
The
days
days
to
to heal.
recover at maximum. So
Yes,
6 wounds
that's
equals
correct.
6 days, 2 wounds equals 2 days at maximum, etc.
Okay.
I will look at the goblin's body and see if he has anything on him.
Yeah, this one has looks like a half-eaten chicken leg and 2 copper.
Okay, Elka's gonna take a big honking bite out of that chicken leg.
Roll a Constitution check.
It's mud flavor. It's the only thing they had.
Mud chicken.
Yeah.
And that'll be just where you click on Constitution. Yeah, you bite into it. It's certainly not flavored how you prefer it. It may not even be fully cooked. And now that you're thinking about it, is it even a chicken? But don't tell anyone. But it's decent. It's decent.
Squab, perhaps. And then Elka's gonna just kind of, with her Morning Star, like just bludgeon off one of this goblin's fingers and preserve it.
You probably have a knife in your.
Yeah, we can assume that.
She cut off one of his fingers.
Stick it in her pouch and look around.
Gosh,
Does
just
anyone have
collect their
first aid?
weapons like a normal person.
Does anyone have first aid?
Yes, I do.
Because you can do first aid checks to heal any of the wounds that people took in this combat by 1 point.
Which I'm going to do. I'm going to start with myself.
Yeah. And you took an arrow wound and that critical, so you can do 2 first aid checks. They're average, so that'll be within 40%. So as long as you're within 40%, you get a hit point back. So that succeeds, so you'll heal that wound 1 point.
Then 1 for the arrow. The arrow. Not 1 for the critical, sorry.
Yeah, or 1 for the critical. Yep.
Nope.
That one does not succeed. So you aren't able to bandage it enough to get a hit point back.
Anybody else is wounded?
Yes. Reichther, your new compatriot, Aramon's friend is hurt.
He got the typical goblin treatment.
Nope. I'm still 2 days from the hit that I took. I'm like,
Also retirement.
2 days till retirement.
Gonna get married.
and then I die.
So I guess as everyone's healing up, Hoxic will come back with his little copper nugget here and go, "Hey, look what I found. Guess they got a mine nearby."
Or they merely killed some travelers from a mine.
So there's a mine nearby. Yeah.
Who knows how far anyone may have traveled.
Well, they're goblins, so I'm gonna guess like anywhere between 20 and 30 feet.
I meant the travelers who may have held that nugget.
Well, let's be honest, we're probably the only travelers that have come up this way in a long while.
There seems to be a road here.
That's just an illusion. It's a game path.
Game paths are traveled by people.
The thing
Yeah.
is,
That's what a game path is.
you
Yeah.
usually have, if there's a mine, there usually is a village or something nearby so they can process the ore. I think. So it's an abandoned mine or they sold it for somebody like the.
Yeah, or one just the goblins know about.
Out of character. What are you trying to do, Griff? You want us to go into a mine full of goblins? You know how this works.
Hey, nothing bad's ever happened when we decide to go to
An
copper
entire
mines.
first campaign.
But no, I'm not
descended
trying
into-
to do anything. I'm just literally pointing it out and getting facts straight.
I need time
Man,
to heal.
maybe if we had that card, we could set up a whole mining operation and in 6 to 8 months we could be almost rich.
Anyway, we need to set up camp. Worse for wear.
Yeah, about what time of the day did we get ambushed here?
It would be starting to get later in the day. You guys have traveled. Let me check how far this is. You guys have traveled about 8-9 miles so far, and you're making your way into the mountains. So it's starting to get dark as travel is getting slower and slower. So this would be fine time to take a rest.
Well, those goblins sure thought this was a great place to ambush people, so hey, great place to set up camp.
Let us set up in some high ground and protect ourselves.
Exactly.
And I chamble over. It's like, pick up my weapons. God damn it! Careful with it. And actually cursing goblin like,